is brought to you by State Farm Agent Thelma Ceballos Myers, 504-366-1155. Romy Gonzalez and Associates Law Office, because experience matters, 504-581-2000. Fidelity Bank Power, a program designed to meet the unique needs of women in business throughout our region. Bankwithfidelity.com. And by your New Orleans Geico Insurance Agent, Alan Boudreau, 504-457-2345. Welcome to Viva NOLA TV. My name is Ana Maria Beck. On tonight's episode, we'll be joined by the Superintendent of Inspire NOLA Charter Schools, who will give us an update on their operations during COVID-19. Later on, we'll talk to two artists whose business in the French Quarter has been impacted by COVID-19. Liz Brookman from Fidelity Bank will tell us about a great program that supports women entrepreneurs, especially during this time. And the Hispanic Chamber will give us an update on their programs. Stay with us. Joining us remotely right now is Jamar McNeely, the Superintendent of Inspire NOLA Charter Schools. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So please tell us all this process, what has been going on at your schools.
You know, the COVID-19 has definitely affected our schools and our operation. On March 13th was our last day physically in our buildings for our students. Since then, we've implemented not only a package system where students are receiving their work via a package that we're printing out, but we also are transitioning to remote learning, or some would call distant learning, where students are now going on their computers every Tuesday and Thursday to receive direct instruction online from their teachers each and every day. It has not only affected us from a standpoint of the physical touch and the presence, but also we're doing grab-and-go meals for our students every Mondays and Wednesdays. We do special meals for our families on Fridays to make sure as much as possible we're here as a major support system for our students and families each and every day.
Yeah, it's been such a crazy change that everybody has been trying to adapt to. Before we move further in the details, why don't you tell us a little bit about Inspire NOLA and which schools belong to this charter?
Inspire NOLA Charter Schools were started 5 years ago under the direction of Jamar McNeely and Mr. John Heiser. Our mission is simple: to transform their lives and start an educational movement in our city. We believe that all students, especially Black and Brown students, deserve a quality education where they can be the next change agents for our city. Currently, we'll be managing 8 schools next year. We have Cabdo, McDonald 35, McMain High School, McDonald 42, K-8 School. And then on the West Bank, we have Edna Carr High School, Eisenhower Charter School, as well as Alice Hart. We serve around 5,500 students every single day. We make sure all of our students are receiving a quality education. But more than just education, we believe in the social-emotional aspect of our students, where we try to motivate them and uplift them every single day to make sure they can be the best students that they possibly can be.
So a holistic educational experience.
100% holistic education and experience. We understand that, yes, education is the number one variable, but as well as our students need to understand how to function emotionally and socially in their communities. We want for them to give back each and every day. We would like for our students to be able to impact their communities and city in numerous different ways. We believe that our students can be the next change agents and impact it more than just academically.
So I know you gave out the packets and you're doing the distance learning. How has been the communication? Because I know reaching all the students is not an easy task.
It's definitely a hard task to reach all of our families and reach them exactly where they are during this time. We not only do Zoom calls, we do weekly messaging, we do weekly emails. We definitely utilize social media often to make sure we're trying to communicate with our parents as much as possible. We have reached a significant number of our students to express their needs, to see exactly what was needed, as well as to express how we're facilitating the change. It's something that we're really dealing with each and every day, trying to not only communicate with our families. It has been challenging, but we're starting to work it out to make sure we're reaching each and every one of our
I
families.
saw on some information that was provided to me about the food that you're providing. And I wanted to ask you about that partnership with Dookie Chases. How was that?
Well, we've distributed roughly around 25,000 meals since March 13th. So our families and communities are definitely coming to get the meals. We do a special partnership with Dookie Chase Restaurant on Fridays, where we're giving out student meals, over 150 meals each Friday. It's family style meals, which are excellent for our families, where the families are receiving meals that can feed up to 5 individuals in their household. So we're doing it this Friday. We normally do it on Fridays. We look forward to seeing our families and communities to definitely come out and support the need that's currently there in our city now.
There is a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty during these times, and there is an emotional impact as well. How are you working with families on that aspect?
You know, many of us, depending on when you was in New Orleans, I was one of the individuals who was working in education during Katrina. It definitely feels very similar to that experience. We definitely understand the separation loss, the emotional loss, the social loss that our families are experiencing right now, and even the anxiety on how we're going to survive and when will things return back to normal. We provide a lot of counseling services. We have hotlines. We do weekly calls with our students and families. We try to engage with them as often as possible. When we're doing our technology distribution as well as our meals, we have our school leadership there just so our families can see a familiar face. We try to pick our students up each and every day. We know and we're aware that a lot of our students have lost loved ones. Some of our staff members have lost loved ones. We even lost staff members. That it's just a very impactful time that we're all are trying to support each other as much as possible and be uplifting to each other when we can.
Yes, I was so sorry to hear about one of the coaches. Tell me
Correct.
about his story a little bit so we can honor him and his family.
Thank you for that opportunity. Coach Reese, Wayne Reese, was a giant in our city. He was a legend. He had coached and worked in education over 50 years. He had impacted a lot of students, not only in our schools, but various different schools in New Orleans. He was one who showed up to work every day and was one of the last individuals to leave. A lot of our students looked at him as a father figure, and we just couldn't honor him enough to really showcase our love. There's nothing that he was never not willing to do for our students and family, and he's a major loss for our community that cannot be replaced. Even when we return, we will have a memorial services. And just to tell you how things go full circle, he's actually the son-in-law of Miss Leah Chase, and as well as now we're doing the partnership on Friday. So just the connectivity with his community, just the connectivity of how he embraced our families is something that will be truly lost for generations to come.
I'm so sorry for you and for everyone in the Inspire NOLA family. And yes, so many people are hurting right now from people being in the hospital and people, losing their lives. So our heart goes to you and everyone affected by this great loss.
Thank you.
As you move forward, can you tell me something about how this transition is going to happen and what the assessment will be for the following years?
You know, one thing about New Orleans, we're definitely big on rebirth. It was a phrase that was definitely used a lot after Katrina, and it's something that we're hopefully will use again as we start to recover from the virus. This will definitely substantially affect us for 2 to 3 years, not only financially, physically, emotionally, socially, in all aspects. We're just starting to have conversations on what exactly does a return look like for us. This will affect us for the next 2 to 3 years organizationally. We're starting to understand what the budget numbers will look like, how it would affect us from a social emotional standpoint, and just how we build and rally our community together to get through this. I definitely have some concerns on the long-term impacts of this from a trauma standpoint for our students and our staff members, that we're now starting to engage in conversations on what exactly the rebirth or the rebuild would be for us educationally.
We can only tell by just moving forward, I guess. Something else that's very important, and we can wrap with this is that there is open enrollment right now for people who are looking into great performing schools. What do they need to do?
Our schools have been definitely blessed. We are one of the highest performing organizations in New Orleans, with one of the highest demand for parents to actually receive admission. Parents can definitely fill out the One App application, definitely and select one of Inspire NOLA schools. We have a obligation and a promise that we make to each one of our families to do the best by your child. We take it as a personal honor when parents are definitely selecting our institutions to provide an education for each and every day of their youth. So definitely consider Inspire NOLA schools. Definitely fill out the One App. I know now they're starting to accept round 2 applications, and we look forward to those families who come into our schools and selecting our schools to work with them each and every day.
Keep up the great work. I know these are challenging times, but as you say, we're resilient. We already have gone through other emergencies and we're still here. So thank you for all the additional work that everyone is doing.
Thank you for this opportunity. I feel like it's our obligation to uplift our communities and our families and our students. I know you're doing it as well, and we thank you for being in partnership with us as we try to reach our families, our broader community each and every day.
Mi nombre es Gustavo Trujillo y soy artista del barrio francés.
Y mi nombre es Marta Trujillo, yo también soy artista, soy de Honduras.
Haciendo portraits. Eso hace 22 años que empecé. Y después empecé a hacer otras cosas en el barrio francés. No solamente portraits, sino empecé con pasteles, empecé con óleos, acrílicos y empecé pues flores, edificios, personas, café Dumont, árboles, cosas de Mardi Gras. Bueno, de todo empecé en el barrio francés. Ahí estuve haciendo las cosas. Eso hace 22 años, más o menos. Y ahí sigo en el barrio francés hasta que nos cancelaron la cosa por la cuarentena. El más importante es la salud. El dinero se recupera en una forma o de otra forma. Si uno se pone a preocuparse por eso, pues ya es problema de cada artista. Pero yo prefiero la salud que estar ganando millones de dólares sufriendo, que a veces me enfermo. Entonces es la mejor decisión que ha hecho la alcaldesa.
Sí, la vida humana es mucho más importante que lo material, ¿verdad? Así que sí, estamos muy de acuerdo con la decisión del gobernador y de la alcaldesa de Nueva Orleans.
Con enfermedades no se puede trabajar porque es una epidemia.
Sí, también la mayoría de los artistas que están en el barrio francés dependen del turismo y ahorita pues no hay turismo, ¿verdad? Y eso también sabemos que va a tardar en regresar a la ciudad por el virus, ¿verdad? No va a ser una cosa que ya van a abrir la ciudad y ya va a empezar a venir la gente. Sabemos que eso no va a suceder así, que va a tomar tiempo.
Más difícil de esta pandemia, de este coronavirus, que no podemos ir al barrio francés, es que me hace falta el barrio francés, me gusta el ambiente del barrio francés, of course, pero hace falta la economía también, pero yo sé que eso se va a mejorar y aquí hay muchos cuadros que tengo y sigo trabajando en la casa. Lo mejor es la salud.
Sí, bueno, para mí también lo más difícil ha sido por lo de la pandemia y todo esto es no poder estar con mi familia, ¿verdad? Con mis papás, con mi hermana y mi hija. Mi hija, tenemos una hija de 23 años y ya tenemos un mes que no la podemos ver, ¿verdad? Y entonces esa parte, la interacción humana, eso yo creo que es muy difícil, ¿verdad? Pero tenemos que también ser conscientes que ahora toca eso, porque es para el bien de todos.
A mí me me gustaría pues que lo abrieran, pero es que necesitamos clientes, porque ¿qué vamos a trabajar al barrio francés aguantando calor y sin clientes y pagando parqueo? Ese es un trabajito bastante difícil. Yo creo que si se abre, se va a abrir eventualmente, pero no hay que forzar. Hay que esperar con calma y con tranquilidad.
Sí, ¿cómo se llama? Es que hay que pensar no solo en uno y todo, en la salud de todos como una comunidad. No me parece prudente que abran la ciudad si no estamos preparados. No tienen suficientes exámenes para poder que todo el mundo se haga los exámenes, y no queremos que empiece otra vez a haber un montón de enfermos contagiados y que empiece gente en el hospital y muriendo. Así que no, para mí la vida humana es lo más importante. Que no pierdan la fe. Que todos estamos en las manos de Dios, y si es nuestro tiempo, es nuestro tiempo. Eso no lo podemos cambiar, ¿verdad? Él es el que decide, es el que tiene la última palabra. Y hay que tener fe y esperanza.
Pues le digo que la pintura es una mentira para decir la verdad. Eso lo dijo Picasso. Y ahí está, las muestras.
Mamá, papá, el censo ya llegó. Y es una oportunidad que solo se lleva a cabo cada 10 años.
Llénalo hoy mismo.
Hazlo por internet, por teléfono
O por correos.
Tus respuestas están protegidas. Y por ley, nadie puede compartir tu información personal. Llena el censo hoy. Te conviene a ti y nos conviene a todos.
Llena el censo hoy. Dale forma a tu futuro. Empieza aquí.
Welcome back to Viva NOLA TV. Right now, we are joined by Liz Brookman. She is the director of Fidelity Bank Power, and we'll hear all about this initiative from her. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, I'm doing great, Ana Maria. How are you?
I'm doing the best we can right now. That's the feeling, right? We're being hopeful and trying to move forward.
It's the power pivot.
That's right. So for those people who are not familiar with Power, why don't you tell us about it, how it started, and what it does for the members?
I would love to. Power is a program run by Fidelity Bank, and it stands for, it's an acronym for Potential of Women Entrepreneurs Realized. We launched it about 2.5 years ago, and it's for our Fidelity customers who are women business owners or women professionals. It's for them to have a place to network, come together, share and collaborate. And also they have a membership directory so that the public can go and see who these members are and if they need someone to, for certain businesses. We also do power join-ups, which are our smaller networking groups. And these are where the magic happens. This is really where I see a lot of connections happening. They're small, intimate groups, about 10 to 12 people is about how we, the size we want to keep it at. And it's structured. It's an hour and a half. We spend the first half hour just everyone getting there and getting their seats and getting something to eat and drink. Then we go around the room and introduce ourselves, who we are, what we do, why we do it. And then we propose a question. It might be, what is your biggest challenge of 2019? Or what is your short-term goal for the rest of 2020? Of course, now we have many more questions that we're asking. And the join-ups are usually held at a branch or at a business. So we keep them small. Like I said, we've had to pivot, and we've started doing them live, doing them as Zoom meetings. So we're still able to have those conversations, but we're doing them as a Zoom. And that's really worked out well for the members.
But moving on and talking more about Power itself, I know I was so excited for the March conference that you were having. You had it last year. I think it was the first time ever. And it was so successful and so big. I thought it was, a packed full house. And I was so looking forward to it. And I just wanted to ask What are the plans on this?
So it's the Power Up Women's Leadership Conference, and we have rescheduled the date for August the 7th. We still aren't really sure what it's going to look like. We have to kind of see and go with the flow of how the city is moving forward. So we are not making any announcements yet about it. We're waiting until we know exactly what's happening with the city. But we did reschedule for August the 7th. So I'm crossing my fingers that we'll be able to provide something, even if it's a virtual, that's a possibility. But we want to move forward because the women really, like you said, they enjoyed it so much last year, and it was so well received. We sold out last year. We sold over 700 tickets this year. So we definitely want to make it a value for the women who signed up, women and men. We actually opened it up to men this year.
Why don't you talk to me a little bit about the powerful women, some of very successful business owners that are part of the program?
We have got such a variety of women that are members, all different types of backgrounds. We've got construction company owners. We've got automotive specialists. We have nonprofit executive directors. It just ranges from like so many different types of fields. And that's kind of what makes it interesting when they connect, because you've got someone that's got a small catering business that talks to the CEO of a construction company, and they're able to really learn from each other and share their knowledge and their expertise with each other.
Yeah, that's very appealing. That peer support definitely helps for like new businesses like me to be able to learn from people who have been in business for 10 or more years.
Yes,
and to have
absolutely.
that personal connection. Sometimes if you don't have that type of network, you don't feel like you can relate to other people.
Right.
You see them like, oh, they're such a successful person. They won't even talk to me, but then you have this network.
And when we have the join ups, like I was telling you about, you're put into a situation that you wouldn't have normally been in with this person or that person. So you're getting to meet women in positions that you would not have been normally interacting with.
If people wanted to get more information about all these services and the Great Power program,
they can go to fidelitybankpower.com. That's our website. We also have a fabulous Facebook page and Instagram page. It's Fidelity Bank Power. So we'd love to hear from you. You can get more information by going to the website.
Well, thank you so much, Liz, for joining us, for giving some of your busy time these days.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you have a great, powerful day.
Sí, soy yo otra vez. O sea, tú.
Es decir, soy todos los latinos que llenan el censo en este país.
¿O crees que estoy aquí texteando?
Estoy mandando un mensaje a mi futuro.
¿Mandando memes? Chécalo ahí.
No dejes que nadie confunda invisible con invencible.
Llegó la hora de llenar el censo.
Hazlo desde tu computadora o celular.
Por teléfono o por correo.
Por ley, nadie puede compartir tu información personal.
Llena el censo hoy. Dale forma a tu futuro. Empieza aquí.
¿Qué tal? Nuevamente de la Cámara de Comercio Hispana de Luisiana, Mayra Pineda, para compartir con ustedes los eventos que tenemos planificados para estos próximos días. Estamos trabajando ahorita arduamente en lo que es nuestro primer simposio de mujeres de negocios virtual. Este es un evento anual que hacemos, pero este año pues lo vamos a tener de forma virtual. Y estamos muy, muy emocionadas con la participación de excelentes oradoras. Tenemos muchas sorpresas, vamos a tener entretenimiento, vamos a tener momentitos de inspiración, vamos a tener también nuestro cóctel, nuestra hora de cóctel, con la participación de uno de los bartenders estrella del restaurante Brasa. Y estamos muy honrados de recibir el patrocinio principal de nuestros la alianza que tenemos con el banco Fidelity y su programa Power. De ahorita reserven el día 6 de mayo a las 2 de la tarde. Va a ser un evento único y muy entretenido, muy informativo, muy inspirador y de mucho empoderamiento para nuestras mujeres. También tenemos un evento que estamos muy, muy contentos de poder llevar a cabo para nuestra comunidad a través de nuestros jóvenes profesionales. Tenemos el patrocinio de CRC, We Care, We Share, con una donación importante de comida para nuestra comunidad. Este evento se va a estar llevando a cabo el día 9 de mayo, sábado, en el estacionamiento del Shopping Center Esplanade, en la calle Esplanade, porque sabemos que en estos momentos toda ayuda es importante y nuestras familias lo necesitan, así que estamos aquí para servirlos de esa forma. Estamos escuchando mucho, sobre todo los dueños de negocios, sobre los préstamos del SBA. Hay fondos nuevos que están a punto de llegar a nuestros bancos locales. Entonces tenemos que estar listos para poder aplicar a esos préstamos. Entonces tenemos una colaboración con Propeller y el SBA, el SBDC, para dar más detalles en cuanto a cómo se pueden preparar para recibir las aplicaciones, para aplicar, si necesitan apoyo en llenar la aplicación, etc. Visiten nuestra página web. Nuestra página web es la herramienta con más información que tenemos actualizada. Así que en esa página van a estar encontrando los detalles de todos estos eventos. Y para finalizar, como todas las semanas, vamos a tener otra llamada de conferencia con expertos. Esto es un programa semanal, así que los invito desde ahorita porque no se lo deben perder. Muchas gracias y nos vemos la próxima semana con más información de la Cámara de Comercio Hispana de Luisiana.
That's all for tonight's episode. We hope you join us again next week.
Visit VivaNolaMag.com for more information and find us on social media.
Thank you for celebrating New Orleans with us. Viva NOLA! Viva NOLA TV is brought to you by State Farm Agent Thelma Ceballos Myers, 504-366-1155. Romy Gonzalez and Associates Law Office, because experience matters, 504-581-2000. Fidelity Bank Power, a program designed to meet the unique needs of women in business throughout our region. bankwithfidelity.com. And by your New Orleans Geico Insurance Agent, Alan Boudreau, 504-457-2345.